Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Beastman Coraline figure by Mattel. And stay tuned for a future video. We will be taking a look at a different Beastman, came in a different wave it looks like here. With that said, let's get him off the stand and take a look. So first up, let's take a look at the package here. Standard on the front. Nice clear view of the figure and the included whip accessory there. Don't think I saw anything else in there. Awesome. Take a look at the back. Artwork is awesome as usual. Alright, let's get him out of the package. Alright, as usual, I am anticipating a couple of those little things in there. There we go, there's just two on the feet. Looks like maybe even one on the whip, but I think we can just kind of pull that out of here. Alright, nice and easy. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at articulation, starting with the head here. So, just due to the nature of how they have designed this figure, it doesn't look like we're going to get a whole lot of movement out of there. So, swivel. This is a softer rubbery plastic, so you can kind of push it out of the way. I don't want to break anything. That's about as far as you can go there. It looks like we're going to run into problem with the little spikes there too. Okay, and then up and down. It's about as far up as you can go down. Not a whole lot of movement. I guess that's to be expected here. Taking a look at the arm, we can go up to 90. All right. Looks like should be able to swivel all the way around. Don't want to break anything. All right, there we go, all the way around. Cool. For the elbow, can we get, ooh, yeah, not quite 90. He's a little too bulky, it looks like, but you do get the full swivel there. The hand is on that hinge and swivel, so you've come to expect from the line. Torso, I don't think there's any additional movement in there, just the twist at the waist all the way around. Leg, I was curious about this because he's so bulky. Did they manage to sculpt it in a way he could kick? Not so far forward. Back, not at all. To the side, well, that's pleasantly surprising there. A little bit more to the side. Okay. No real thigh swivel. Knees, you can swivel all the way around, and well, that is just about 90 there, and nothing in the ankle. Great. So for articulation so far, for what you get for 10 bucks, you know, I think I'd have to give it a solid 7 out of 10. Alright, moving on, let's take a look at paint. So starting with the head, I did notice, once again, you can get up real close, and it looks fantastic. I just don't see any errors, any issues. It's so clean. Even the teeth, the gum detail, the tongue, they did an outstanding job. I couldn't be happier with that. I do notice a little bit of almost overspray there with the red, but it almost helps it kind of blend in with the rest here. Otherwise it would just be this piece that is that kind of whiter gray color up against this orangey red. So maybe they're just trying to blend it in a little better. I can't really fault them for that. Taking a look at the paint on the sort of fur piece here. Is this painted? So this is one piece. really sure if that is painted on there or not, but nonetheless, you do get quite a few spikes in there. That's kind of fun. The arm, it's like this is just the plastic, so they painted the brown on there. That's more of a darker black on the wrists. Okay, this piece is solid. Don't think any of that's painted on there. And then these appear to be painted there. So for paint application, I skipped right over the shiny gold, and they even managed to get a little metallic blue in there. I don't know if you can, yeah, that's nice and shiny there. Let's just go ahead and give them a solid 9 out of 10 on the paint. I couldn't have done a whole lot better than that, other than maybe some additional detailing in here, but I don't remember from the movie. If you saw it, no spoilers, but this guy is in motion when he's on screen, so it is hard to tell if there's any little fine stitching or details in here. So great. Moving on, let's take a look at the included accessories, or accessory. You've got this whip here. It's kind of a flexible material, so you can kind of do that, but I don't think it's gonna hold any pose, but that's fun. Let's see, he's got kind of a gripping open hand here and there, so you should be able to do either, and there you go. You've got Beast Man with his whip. Alright, so included accessory at this price point, I've kind of come to expect at least one, but I do appreciate that it is his sort of signature weapon from the film, so I'm gonna give him a nice, it does the job. It does feel a little cheap, but it's nothing else here does. It's so premium, it's hard to give it a lower score, but I would say maybe a 7 on the whip. Maybe if it was a little bit of paint on there or something, although it would easily get damaged from slotting it in the hand constantly, taking it out. We'll give them, the 7. Okay, let's get them back on the stand and we'll do an overall review here. Actually, you know what? Before we get to that, I just realized this armor is removable as well. That is awesome. Let's get that off of there. Hang on. All right, I think I'm gonna have you avert your eyes here to anyone watching, unless, whoa, not as satisfying as a sound as He-Man's. Boy, that looks kind of strange with the color, and you know, I wasn't gonna comment on it earlier just because I'm trying to review the figure, but I mean it's based on the source material of the film. They went with the color scheme of kind of the original toy, so I guess it's kind of fun that they're paying homage to that. But at the same time, if you see the movie, I don't recall him being this color. He was definitely this color all around. I don't even remember him having this, and it wasn't a separate armor piece. I think it was just his fur. I don't know. Once again, he is moving when he is on screen, so it is kind of hard to tell what's going on there. Well, without that on there, he does have this sort of loincloth here, thank goodness. And then for the head, do we get a little bit better articulation there? Well, not really that way, but he does swivel all the way around now. Well, that's kind of fun. I just appreciate things like that, just kind of fun to mess around with. And hey, maybe you can throw this on He-Man, that might look cool. Maybe we'll do that in another video. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's how they did the spikes on there. Well done. I mean, that's smart. It just looks super clean. If they just did a little bit of a wash on there, and the spikes could have taken it to the next level, but hey, I mean, look at what you get for 10 bucks. I really can't complain. All right, back on the stand. Doesn't he look menacing there? That's cool. Well, hey, I had fun. I hope you guys appreciated the up-close review here. Going to be taking a look at that comparison video here soon. Overall, I gotta give this Beastman figure a solid 9 out of 10. They knocked it out of the park with the paint application. Once again, kind of limited where it is, but where they do it, they knock it out of the park. It looks super clean, it does what it needs to do, and for 10 bucks, I can't complain. Articulation, for a big bulky figure, it's always a challenge, but he does what he needs to do, and he can handle that whip. As you can see, he can still stand up straight. Being a bigger figure, that's impressive at 10 bucks. And then included accessory, you get the one whip, but it's kind of dynamic. So as you can see, he's kind of holding it there. You can kind of twist it around, pose it, whatever. Better than maybe a stiff rigid piece that they might have done if they wanted to go with a cheaper material. I don't know. I'm happy with it. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you look forward to the next video. I'll be dropping a short here of a teaser of what I plan to do, and keep an eye out for that. And then hopefully I'm hoping to upload a video a day, so let's take a closer look tomorrow at the comparison figure. Here's a little sneak peek for you in the back. At first glance, they look the same to me, but we'll open them up and take a look.